Hi, and thank you for joining me for this video. So today we're taking a closer look at the DD SuperLight XL pyramid tent. Now this tent is lightweight, it's spacious, and it's really easy to put up. Now you can get this tent in different sizes, but the XL is definitely the most popular with solo campers, but I'll explain to you why that is later on in the video. Now this tent here in the UK you can purchase for between 80 and 115 pound, so there's quite a gap there, so it's always worth having a good look around to get that best deal. The XL version of this tent just comes in the olive green color. Everything you get comes in the drawstring storage bag. Now, for those of you that are interested, the length of the storage bag comes in at around 23 centimeters. The width comes in at around 15 centimeters, and the packed weight of this bag, so the storage bag itself, plus everything you get, comes in at around 795 grams. Now, inside the storage bag, you get the tent itself, obviously. You then get 13 lightweight ground pegs. You also get 2 spare ground pegs, I believe, so that's always handy to have. You then get 10 guy lines. Now you only need 5 guy lines to pitch this pyramid tent, but they give you 10. They give you 5 black and they give you 5 green. So if you want to keep things low-key, a little stealthy, you can use the black guy lines. If not, you can use the green reflective guy lines. Now when it comes to pitching this pyramid tent, you can do it one of 2 ways. You can either use a ridge line or you can use a hiking pole. I'm going to use a hiking pole today to show you what that looks like. But let's get everything out this little storage bag and let's take a closer look. So I've just got the tent out ready to pitch, but before I pitch it, I just wanted to show you the ground pegs and the guy lines that you get with this tent. So here's one of the ground pegs. It's a really nice, it's like a goldy color, yellowy ground peg. It feels really good in the hand, it feels nice and strong, and it's definitely nice and light. Now, as I said, you do get 13 of those which come in their own storage bag. You then get a further 2 which come in their own storage bag as well. You then get those 10 guy lines. You get 5 of them in the black, and then you get 5 of them in the reflective green. I think I'm going to attach the black ones on this tent. Now when it comes to pitching this tent, as I say, you can use a ridge line or you can use a hiking pole. They do suggest using a hiking pole that you can extend to at least 135 centimeters to give you maximum height on this pyramid tent. Now what I do is I start off by spreading the pyramid tent out. I then go around and I just lightly put in the ground pegs. I then go in with my hiking pole. I extend that, and then when I'm happy with that, I then go around, adjust my ground pegs, and then finally I then pull out and adjust my guy lines. So I'm going to start doing that now. I will speed this part of the video up, but then when it's all up and this pyramid tent is pitched, we can then have a good look around. So as you can see, that was really easy to set up. Now, with regards to the tent itself, starting with the doors, you do have a zip that goes right down the middle. Now you've got a choice. You can either roll and toggle back one side, or you can do what I've done, is roll and toggle them both back. Now, when you've got them toggled back like this, you will be left with one ground peg, because obviously when they're together and zipped, you will pull them out to about there. And that's the shape it's then going to create, I should say, that pyramid style. Now, with the tent itself, the fabric is made from a ripstop nylon, and it has a 3000mm PU coating. So it's more than waterproof. Also, if you come around here, all the seams on this tent, if I just show you here, underneath are not only double stitched, but they tape sealed as well. So that's going to help with the waterproofing. Now, if you go inside the tent, you'll see a lot of these little loops. Now, those loops are designed for the mesh inner tents that are compatible with this tent. Now, this tent can be used as standalone as it is, and a lot of people do. However, you can, as I say, buy the mesh inner tents, and you will set those up internally, obviously, and then they will just clip onto the outer of the tent. Well, this tent has the loops. The actual pyramid mesh tents have the toggles. So basically you will just connect them together, so they're connected. I also mentioned on the top, you have a loop, so you can set this up with a ridge line. Now, if you go around the side there, on the back here, which is guyed out, you do get this little rain vent, and underneath you have a little mesh window which is going to aid with airflow, which in turn will help reduce any condensation. Now, with regards to the size of the tent internally, when this tent is zipped up and pegged out, the internal space-wise, the length comes in at around 260 centimeters and the width comes in at around 220 centimeters. Obviously, the height, as I mentioned, the hiking pole is going to be 135 centimeters. So it's more than big enough for two people and their gear. Now, I did mention earlier in the video, why was the XL so popular? Well, going back to those mesh inner tents that I mentioned you could get, if you get the solo mesh inner tent and put it together with this XL, you will have not only your space to sleep in the mesh inner tent, but you can bring one of these doors down and it'll create a really nice vestibule space that you could cook in if the weather was bad. If, however, you got the standard size of this pyramid tent, even if you put the solo mesh inner in, you're not going to have that vestibule. So for a solo camper, the XL with the solo mesh inner works absolutely brilliantly. But that's the tent, as I said, nice and easy, lightweight, spacious. You know, didn't take me long to set up. It performs really well in the wind. It will deform a little bit when the wind hits it, but that's expected. Other than that, this is a tent which is designed for the minimalist camper, someone who wants a small pack, a trekking pole, their sleeping bag, a mat, a pillow, a few items, and then just go camping. And this tent is definitely suited for the soloist camper. However, you can comfortably, as I say, use it for two people. You can get the double inner mesh, so you have got that as an option. But other than that, for not a lot of money, I think it's a great little tent, and it's definitely worth a look. I will put a link to where I got this tent in the description below. But on that note, if you've enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button. It really does help the channel. Looking to get to 1,000 subscribers, so help me get there. Also, if you can hit that like button for me, that also helps the channel. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.